What up, YouTube? I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. And today we got It's Complicated reaction. They dropped a couple days ago. Their video's been great, yo. We've been having fun with them, so we're gonna jump right into this. This one is called Victim or the Prize, The Rules of Modern Dating. So let's get right into it.
When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
The woman.
Ooh, the woman for sure.
The woman.
The woman.
The woman.
So if the woman is the prize, what would that make the man?
The wallet.
Yeah.
Doesn't that place the man at a lower value and status to the woman?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Don't women typically want to date a man on her level or higher?
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't women typically want to date a man who's a prize and not a loser?
No, I like to be better.
So if a woman declares herself the prize, isn't that relationship destined to fail?
No.
Not necessarily. It depends on who she's dating. If she's dating
I
a
think
guy
so.
who, puts women on a pedestal and sees them as like the end-all be-all, then that's on them. And whatever works for them, as long as they're happy, they're happy. But, a guy who knows his worth, they're not going to go for that.
Well, if the woman is the prize, wouldn't that make the man a simp?
Yes, and there are simps in this world. Like, if there are high-value men and other people who respect themselves.
But do you think that women want to date a simp?
Some women do. Some women want to be alpha and a
Nope.
boss bitch,
I mean, it depends on the male. If the male is like
They'll
a
never
beta, then he just gonna suck it up and follow behind the female. But if he's an alpha, he gonna be like, I'm not taking that.
Because I know I'm a prize. And so I think that a man should value me for what I am.
So why do so many women go around declaring themselves the prize?
Because they have pussies. It's much harder to find a high-value man than it is an average woman. I can fuck any girl out here, but for her to find a man who has clout, status, money, influence, all that personality and whatnot, is way harder. Who's funny, tall, 6 foot, physical specimen, it's way harder for her to find that.
Why do so many women think they have the golden pussy when every woman has one?
Entitlement, name of the game, straight up.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
How can men and women ever be equal if pussy costs more money than dick?
It's kind of
I honestly don't think we will ever be equal. I think that is a dream that we would love to have, and that's something that we can pursue and fight for. But I don't truly think that we will ever be treated the same. I don't think that's possible.
How likely will women pay for dick or make pussy free?
That is the truest thing she said.
I don't think they will ever have to pay for dick because I feel like men just always want it, so we could just get it whenever we want, versus men can't necessarily get it whenever they want.
So then what are we fighting for?
Equal pay.
Man, we kind of just take advantage of women, so it's kind of one of those things. So like, women should love their bodies, should do what they want with their bodies. And I mean, I guarantee you, if you walk up to more men on this strip, they are more willing to fuck you than a woman would.
Is it easier for women to sell sex than men?
I mean, men can do gay porn. That makes hella money.
Is it harder for a man to get the woman he wants into bed or for a woman to get the man she wants to commit?
Harder for a man to get the woman he wants in bed. Most dudes are lame. They don't have game. They're not cool. They're not funny, smart, tall, handsome, all that shit. They don't have money. It's harder for them. A woman can f most dudes she wants to holler at.
Woman to get the man she wants to commit, I would say.
If women think men are trash, why are they so interested in getting his commitment?
I mean, maybe for security.
A lot of these bitches don't be like feeling like they gotta be like wife material, baby. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Even if you do what you do in the streets, baby. Yeah, you do. You gotta cook. You gotta clean. You gotta do all that. You feel me? You gotta abide by your man's rules. You gotta bow down. You gotta do. You feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a lot.
Why will women often withhold sex when men have a stronger biological need for sex than women?
That's their only way of power. That's how they can control relationships and sex.
Should men withhold attention and resources when men are unhappy with women?
Yes.
Not all, but a lot of women will leverage sex over men, so is it fair for a man to leverage attention and resources over women?
I don't think it's fair either way. However, I do think that when it comes to sex, that it should be a consensual thing regardless. So if someone doesn't want to, then they shouldn't have to, no matter what.
Should be there.
Or you shouldn't feel pressured to.
Yeah.
Why do women pride themselves on manipulation as a skill when they already control what men want?
Not all women have that ability. I mean, manipulation. I mean, I can do it, but like a woman, they can do about anything they want, you know. Because men are dumb enough to fucking pay for it, or men are dumb enough to do it.
Right. But just like not all women can do it, not all men can afford to pay for it, or would pay for it, right? What is the best and the worst thing about being a woman?
The best and the worst thing about being a woman? Okay. The best thing about being a woman is being a woman. I think it's like being like, yeah, I'm a woman. It's incredible. And the worst thing is like having to be afraid all the time, walking around here alone or any place.
Okay, is it realistic to think that nobody should ever feel unsafe?
If it's realistic, I don't know, but it's like my dream.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, okay? Just because women feel afraid all the time, does that mean they really have a right to be afraid all the time?
Sure.
Well, at the same time, if a woman is attacked in public and a man is attacked in public, who is more likely to be rescued?
I don't know. I think. Sorry.
Woman, you know
I
it's
guess
the
you're
woman.
afraid.
Quit playing.
That's a post-trauma from my home.
Do you think men are the biggest threat to women, or are men the biggest protectors of women?
It can go either way, honestly. I mean, it's the good men out there that want to protect, but then there's also bad men
Yeah,
that
I
want
was like,
to do
I mean-
terrible things.
For the person that's assaulting, there's also a good guy that's there to save.
Yeah.
But aren't most cops and soldiers men?
Yes.
What percentage of men that you encounter catcall you?
A lot.
Probably 85%.
Like we were just touched like multiple times just walking.
Some guy grabbed my nose about 20 minutes ago.
It is a pretty nose, I will give you that.
Thank you. Look at it from the side.
I'm sure the
How
Vegas
often do you
Strip
fear
right
for your
now,
safety when a
dude.
man catcalls
I
you?
doubt
100%.
85% of your interactions with
Now, I'm
men
not
they
excusing
catcall
it.
you in,
Why
in
is
your regular
catcalling such a
life.
big deal?
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little hand of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is not an invitation for you to come objectify me or decide that this body is meant for you. It's mine.
Okay, and that's fair. I agree with that. Now, for a lot of women who say they dress for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy outfits when it's freezing outside?
Because I made that money, and I'm going to spend that money on some cute heels. And I worked on this body, and I'm going to show it off.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying if they were dressing for themselves, wouldn't they be comfortable?
Yeah. I think that me in heels looks a lot better than
Bingo!
me in just a
You
pair of
did that
sweatpants.
for
I do
other
feel
people.
better, and that is still for me. Even if it's not the most comfortable, it feels good to me.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised if guys are only contacting her for hookups?
Oh, absolutely
No.
not. No.
Definitely not.
Why not?
Because she's kind of asking for that attention.
Is she not promoting herself in the same fashion
Yeah,
if she's
she
out
shouldn't
walking the
be at
streets in a
all.
slutty outfit?
No.
No.
So why would it make a difference if you're online or out in public?
Because you're posting those photos for like a specific dating app while you're walking outside. It's like how you want to dress.
I dress this way because I want to dress this way for me and not for anyone else. And also, at least here, if you're going to a club, they have dress codes, and you have to dress a certain way in order to get in, and that is why we are dressed this way.
So why can people make assumptions about you online but not in person?
I think they can make assumptions about both, but online I feel like it kind of goes for more like what you post, because you can kind of choose what you want to post and what you don't want to post. Whereas in person, I guess you can choose what you want to wear and what you don't want to wear, but I don't know.
Why do you think women can't just ignore catcalling instead of just hating on all men?
Because when we ignore catcalling, they don't stop. Like they'll just come up to us and like be more in our face and more aggressive when we do ignore them.
I don't really think there's a way to win. There's been times when I can ignore it and they back off, or there's been times when I've confronted it and they back off, or vice versa. I don't say anything, I continue to get followed. I do say something, I put myself in even more danger. You really just have to gauge the situation, and there really is no right answer to what to do.
Is every time I go out, no matter how I look, someone is being inappropriate with me, and that's when it becomes an issue, because it is inappropriate. And I don't mind, like you say, inappropriate things happen every day. Like people either touching you or trying to get something from you. But when I can imagine that's why celebrities struggle being a celebrity status, because they are constantly hounded for attention. And that's how I feel when a guy whistles at me.
Right, but the fact that you bring up celebrities, right? If you ask a celebrity, if you had to give up the idea of being famous in order to never ever deal with paparazzi, would they give up the privilege of being famous?
Probably not.
Would you give up the privilege of being sexy as fuck?
Hell no.
Does the way that you dress attract the type of attention you want?
Not always.
Not always.
So is it fair to blame society, or is it better to just change your own behavior?
Probably society, I don't know.
I would say that society is the reason that a lot of the problems that we see with dating occur. However, I do think that there are ways for people to avoid them and or change their behavior accordingly.
100%.
I take the steps to make myself feel safer. I carry weapons to be able to protect myself. I learn how to ward off that attention. I've learned how to gauge the body language of if I yell at this man for hitting on me, is he going to become dangerous or is he going to go away? I've learned how to understand that and figure out what to do in that situation.
And one last question, which I think you just touched upon. I ask, when does blaming society end and personal responsibility begin?
Whenever you're ready to accept it. I think it's everyone's timeline. I don't think it's, I'm going to get off social media and realize that I'm the problem. I think everyone, a part of them is like, no, the world's against me. And so it's whenever you're ready to accept that.
Yeah. You know what? In Israel, women are badasses. They can beat the shit out of guys. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, maybe more American women should serve in the army, and they'll know how to defend themselves.
Maybe more men needs to not be attacking.
Well, I think we can do both.
Maybe.
I think we can do both. I don't condone the guys who do that.
Fuck rid of the pussy!
I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body, and I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women got the right to vote 102 years ago. That's it. There are women older than that on this planet who were not able to legally vote for the leadership in this country. We do this for them. We wear this shit for them. We do what we want. We have sex with whoever we want for them because we are still continuing to fight every single day. I am constantly hit on at my place of employment, my professional place of employment. I am treated like a child or like a sex object every single day of my life. And I'm going to keep on fighting to make that not fucking happen, or to make that so that I can feel safe being able to look as I do and to be as young as I am and go out and be completely safe. And I'm going to keep on fighting for that.
All right, y'all, that's it. We don't cut that there. I didn't pause much. I was just kind of listening. The chicks that was just on, especially the taller one with the black top, I think she was the one who was a little bit skewed the most. First of all, she said women got the right to vote 102 years ago. You know, there's still women walking this earth who didn't get to vote back then. Yo, most of those women are probably dead. There's not that many 100-year-old people walking around. So yeah, let's just go ahead and can that. But the thing she was saying, she was like, okay, I dress like this for me. I want to wear like this for me. She had on a top that was pretty much just covered the goods up here. Everything was opening out. Listen, certain clothes will yield certain type of attention. I am not saying that because a woman's dressed a certain way, or anyone. This goes for men and women. If you dress, all right, say you're a guy and you go outside and you got on big old pants with chains on them, and you got a spiked collar around your neck, and you got some crazy hair, and you know, people gonna look at you and get a certain type of attention. Okay, anything that's a little bit out of the ordinary, out of the norm, you're gonna get a certain type of attention. All right, listen, men, women, y'all know it. Men, we're visual creatures. Okay, and you want to attract us, so you guys wear this stuff to attract us. You know, you look at yourself, I look sexy in this, and other people will think so too. So that's why I'm choosing to wear this. All right. It's just like, if there was no one to impress, you would have no problems going out in sweatpants and a hoodie every day. You wouldn't. Okay. You wouldn't. Just like if there was no women to impress, men would have no problems. Men wouldn't hit the gym as hard as they do. Men wouldn't bust their tails to get the money they do, to get the things they have, to get the status they have to attract women. Men and women, most of the things we do, especially when it comes to appearance, is to attract the opposite sex. Whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously, you pick certain things because you think they look nice on you. Yes? And because you think others will think that. You're not going to wear something that you think you look bad in, or that you think makes you look ugly, because that's not what you want. You don't want people to think that. Okay? Man or woman. You know, a lot of women, they dress up to make other women feel envious. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm not saying there's catcalling's okay. I'm not saying that, you know, being violent to a woman or anything like that. I am against all that. None of that is cool. None of that is cool. But we do gotta at some point, you know, keep it honest. Like this woman, like the one chick was saying like, oh, every time I go outside, I get catcalled and I get hit on and I get this and I get that. I'm like, I have a hard time believing every single time you walk out your front door, there's somebody's harassing you. And these women are like, oh, you know, we don't feel safe. I'm like, okay, yes, don't get me wrong. There are men who attack women. But if you take 10 guys and put them in a lineup, 1 or 2 might be some kind of a predator. You know what I mean? Out of 10, that's 10, 20%. Like most guys aren't out here just running up attacking women like this. These are very outlier type situations. I'm not saying that women haven't had experiences or anything like that. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not discrediting any woman's experience, anything that they've gone through. If you went through something, I feel terrible for you. I'm sorry that happened to you, but let's keep it real. Whenever you go outside, you're not crazy stuff. Men aren't attacking you every single time you go outside. And I'm not saying they never do. I'm sure any woman watching this has been through something with a man that made them feel uncomfortable, unsafe, whatever. But let's keep it real. If we saw a woman on the streets being attacked, every guy around would stop what they're doing to help her. Men will stop to protect women, okay? If a guy was being attacked, if 20 people walk by, maybe 3 or 4 help. If a woman's being attacked, 20 people walk by, all 20 of them are going to do something. Okay? It's that simple. So I do think, you know, not all of them. I think some of these women made some good points. But the chick in the black, the black top, I think she was a little disingenuous with some of her answers. Honestly, she seemed a little full of herself, arrogant. She's like, I'm the prize, I'm this, I'm that, you know, that's great. That's great. You know, and I'm glad you're confident in yourself, but come on now. I don't think it's fair to paint, you know, most men as predators. As I've never catcalled a woman in my life at any stage in the game. And I ain't no spring chicken no more. And I've never catcalled a woman. You know what I mean? I ain't never went and touched a woman or grabbed a woman or said something inappropriate to her based on what she's wearing. And all my guy friends that I have and guys that I know, they don't do that either. Well, me and my boys, like, I don't go out no more because I don't care. You know, I just chill with the homies at the crib. But when we used to go out to the bars and drinking and stuff, bro, none of us did that. No, did we see guys do that? Sure. Here and there, we see guys do that. But most guys weren't doing that, bro. Most guys were just praying that some girl would let them buy them a drink and give them a dance. Like, that's really it. So your average guy is not out here being a predator, all right? They're not. And as far as who's the prize, that's what the whole video was about, victim or the prize. Sure, women can be the victim. Women have been victims in plenty of situations, but if you're one of those women who thinks you are definitely the prize no matter what, just because you got that thing between your legs, bro, your mentality's off, man. Like, it's more than just being a woman. Just like a guy isn't just high value because he's rich, because he has money. That doesn't just automatically make you the best candidate. Okay, you gotta be a good person. You gotta have a good head on your shoulders. You have to have good morals. There's tons that go into it. Like, you're not just the prize because you have one thing that fits the bill. All right. And if you're in a relationship and you want it to work, neither one of you should look at each other like, I'm the prize or I'm the prize. Y'all should look at each other like, yo, this is my partner and I'm happy with them. They're the prize to me and I'm the prize to them because we love and appreciate each other. And we're friends and we're happy together. Okay. You shouldn't spend your whole relationship trying to one up each other, and you need to grow together. If you're going to build some of this person, build, grow. Don't come in with the mentality that I'm better than this person, because your relationship is going to fail. All right, guys, I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. This one was fun. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the bell so you do not miss a thing. I will toss my social medias right there. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, only if you want to. And I will be back on Friday. Peace.
Oh, that's ISO?
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the